Is there water in there? I don't see any water in there. The water should separate from the gasoline if it's there. So the dealer, when I took this he said he changed the gas out because mine was contaminated. That was the message. And he said, I later asked him, I said, so what was the contamination? He said, well, I was thinking maybe I got some dirt in there in the tank and it then clogged up and that's given me the starting issues. But no, he changed the gas because he said it had some water in it. And that's dirty water. No, it's gasoline. I made this. This is not what it actually is. I keep the can and I make my own gas mix by using this oil with gasoline I buy from the gas station. Thanks for coming in there, Kai. So I'm gonna put this one back in here because I don't see any water in there. I just don't see. You would see it, and I can't. So we're gonna check the other gasoline. Let's see if this pours. No. Let's use the funnel. No, I buy the gasoline from the gas station and then I mix it with oil because you need an oil, a 40 to 50 to 1 ratio of gasoline to oil. 1 part oil to 50 parts gas. And it's cheaper to buy it like that than to buy these cans because this was $14. You can get them cheaper. This same thing. It's all pre-mixed. So that one looks good. But the gas might not be super fresh either. We have to take that. I have to use that assumption because I did buy it from. I got an ethanol-free version from a little gas station over here. I live rurally, so it's hard to say with certainty whether they turn that over very often. So it could be old gas. Okay, there might be a little bit of moisture in there. You watched my short there? Yeah. I have lots of shorts about the chainsaw. Yeah, I'm really trying to love this saw here. You're probably wondering why, right? Well, I just bought this chainsaw. It's new, but it doesn't start easily. Okay, there might actually be a little bit of water in here. So this gas Another, so I kind of mix them all up, and it's hard to know what is what, but um, I did buy a 93 octane gas from a station that is highly frequented in the city, and it's in this can. It might have a little bit of moisture. I think I see a little bit. And that can affect starting of your saws and your two strokes. Everybody. But it's so small as to be really inconsequential, honestly. And that makes sense because this saw here, it has no problem running on this gas. The same day I was running this saw and this saw on this gas, this one ran all day, started 2 or 3, 4, 5 pulls, not more. This one would take several pulls. But if there's moisture in there, it's not much at all. All right, let's pour this back very carefully. I'll let you look, but I need hands free for this job. Let's get the likes and subscribes there. This is cutting edge stuff here. I only spilled a little bit. No smoking. This will be good for fire starter, won't it? Dusty Unk. Okay, got somebody new coming in here. Arborist here. Let me read it out. From California out in the redwoods, of the curiosity, you always run bar and chain oil. I use cheap motor oil and buy my own Klingall additive online. Have been doing this for near 10 years. That is a great tip, Dusty. I just buy this, and the manual for the saw says. Actually, I don't even remember reading it in my Husky saw, but in the Echo manual it says use a 30 weight oil. And then I did a little AI query on Grok about bar and chain oil, and I think you hit on the important thing there, which is that um, you've been adding a cling additive, and I did not know. I would actually like to do that. So if you have a link or name the product that you buy, I'll just go buy the cheaper 30 weight because they charge $15 for a gallon of this stuff. And anyway, back to the query I did with Grok. It said, yeah, the manufacturer that puts this stuff in for bar and chain oil, they put a cling. There's stuff in there, additives that make it stickier so that it stays on the bar because, of course, as you know, being an arborist, the bar gets pretty hot sometimes, or not all. Yeah, it gets hot sometimes to touch, especially if you run low and you don't realize it, and then you're really running the high friction there on the bar. But yeah, that's what I'm. Convenience is part of the reason for this, but if you're an arborist and you're doing this every day and you got to save money, yeah, I like the way you do it, and I would like to do it too because I use enough that if I can save $5 or $6 here and there, um, I'd like to. And Kai here, he likes the smell of gasoline. I don't like it too much. I don't mind, but it's not like right now. It's a heavy smell because it's on this. But I'll look that up. I'll look up Klingall additive, and I'm gonna buy a 30 weight oil and mix it myself. That's a great idea. Look at it. This is why I like live streams. You see, if I love that. I need more people to get on and give me some good tips. Okay, the next thing I wanted to do was check this oil, this gas. This is straight gasoline in here. Yes, Kai. Yeah, I had 17 people. Yeah, they're interested, aren't they? I need a clean spot for this. We'll put that here. Let's pour a little bit of this in here. This is straight 93 octane gas. And it's only not more than 10 days old from the gas station. I don't know how old it was at the gas station. And I don't see any water in here. So if there is any moisture in there, it's really, really difficult to see it. We're going to do a little experiment, my friends. I don't want to waste this quantity. So I'm going to put it back, most of it, but not all of it. We'll waste this. Here's the test. Bear with me. Who knows what I'm going to do? Who can guess what's coming up next here? Stay here. I'm not going anywhere. I'll be right back. Water. This is to show you what water would look like in combined with gas. So we're gonna just put it, and then I'm gonna waste it. So can you see water in there? Yes, you can. Friends, look. Let me try to make it still as I can make it. Do you see the water at the bottom? You see it? You see that? There you go. There's the water at the bottom. So that's what a little bit of water in gas looks like. I saw no trace of water before in the gas. Right there. You buy yours off Alibaba Klingall, but a lot of guys just add stop oil treatment at a ratio of roughly 1/3 additive to 2/3 oil. Good to know. STP product. Okay. Thank you. Dusty, do you have content on your channel with the stuff you do? If you do, I'll check you out. Appreciate that. That was really helpful. Really, I really appreciate that a lot. Because that's what I'm gonna do. I'll keep this. Well, I'll use what's in there and then keep the jug, or I'll find other ones. But I think you get my drift. Thank you. But check that out, folks. This is what water in your gas would look like. And see it? And see the gas is on top because it's lighter than the water. So I'm skeptical. I don't know. I would love to know at what quantity of water in the gas is going to cause starting problems. I would think it needs to be like detectable by the eye. Like that's now, I mean, I have actually a waste gas container. I'm going to put it in. Anyway, I'm trying to just figure out things that I've learned from listening to the guy at the dealer. All right, the guineas are here. They've let their presence be known. Gotcha, Dusty. Mainly gaming content, yeah. So you're young, yeah. If you're an arborist, it's young, mainly young guys that are climbing up those trees, right? All right, let's pour this into I have a waste can here, and we want to dump it in here, get rid of it. Now you're probably wondering, what do I do with this, right? My waste gas gets used to start campfires out here at my place when we can burn. Right now we're in a drought, no burning. Don't want my forest to go up in flames. That's good fire starter too. I gotta clean up my shop. That's a project. That's gonna be something I work on here. All right, now I have a glass container which will be used for future solvents. I got 8 likes, and I don't need to yell, do I? You're right here. I'm like, I don't have like. Sometimes I'm like having to talk over chainsaw noise or wood splitter noise, and I don't use my inside voice. Take this back out. This is what I use to give to the duckies and the birds out here. So that was my little test. I wanted to see if I had water, detectable water by the eye at least, in my gas. And I did not. So if water was in there, per what the dealer said, he thought, it's what he said. Actually, I have to trust what he said. He's a very nice guy. He's the mechanic for this Ace Hardware where I am, and actually, he has a backstory, which one day I'll tell you. Um, and it's really interesting. Really interesting. Clean up all this oil. So, Dusty, since you're like, I do the same heck. I do the same. In a pinch, I use my oil changes refiltered in our diesel chipper. That's great. I like that. Yeah, yeah. I like talking to people who are like in commercial settings where they're trying to drive cost out of their operations, or they're just trying to keep costs as low as possible. And we should do that even in, I need to know a homeowner situation is different. I've considered myself somewhere in between because, I'm using my chainsaw very regularly. In a given year, I'm probably, depends on the year. This year was a lot, probably 100 hours of use. So I'm kind of in between, right? Commercial people are running their saws and equipment 40 hours a week, every week. But anyway, but I still like to have hacks and ways to save money. Yes, this one, that's the thing, Dusty. This one is running absolutely fine on any gas I give it. It can be 87, 89, 93 octane. It was running the day I was running this saw, and it took me, I don't countless pulls to start. This was running fine on the same gas. Like I was using them interchangeably the same day. One would run out, and I'd go get this saw when the big one ran out, run it out, and then go back to the other one, and vice versa. So, yes, this guy is not picky at all, and I have a leaf blower, a little Hitachi leaf blower, and I've had it a decade. I've never changed a spark plug. It runs 80 any gas. It sits in my car a lot in the hot weather, and it always starts. Always, 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 always. It's like, how can this possibly be that some of these things run flawlessly with old stale gas and others don't? I don't understand it. And then I have a Husqvarna. Um, that one there, this guy, that's the 450 Rancher. He is not running. I think I cooked it. Yeah, the piston looks scored. It got a lot of use. I can't complain about that one, um, because I cleared our lot here with it. Cleared the trees for the road down. It's done a lot of work, a lot of wood lot maintenance, and I got it in 2013, as a project on this channel, it's my plan to actually try to rebuild it, learn as I go. I've never done that, but I'd like to try it after watching a lot of other videos that I've seen people do on chainsaw maintenance. It doesn't seem too difficult, honestly, if you got the right tools and you can get the replacement parts. I would do it, and it might be actually fun. And then I have the Husqvarna over there, brush cutter, which has been a champ. I've had that since 2011. It's the 343 FR. That's like a weed whacker on steroids. As an arborist, you would know what this one is. It's got the handlebars and everything. And it's doing great. It's fine. It starts. I don't use it too much, but when I do go to use it, I never have a problem. Never. And then I have another Husqvarna weed trimmer, which was a dog. It was terrible from the get-go when I bought it. It was a little bit like the Echo. So yeah, it's it's hit and miss. Let me come back here. Why not get a Steel? First generation. That's a good question. I maybe will get one. The thing is, as I said, I'm in between a homeowner type of user and a commercial user. So the Echo, it got good reviews. The Echo 590, it really did. Overall, it had a couple of reviews that I looked at. You know, I looked at different places to see the forums and what people said about it. And overall, this saw got good to very good reviews, with some citing starting issues. And I thought, okay, that is a red flag, but for $550, it seems like I might be able to put up with it. Yeah. Well, that is, I'm maybe regretting it, but I have to say that if I bought the same Steel saw, 60 cc, it was around 12, excuse me, 12 or $1,300, so more than twice the price. And that's a little bit hard to justify. When this Echo 590 runs, I'm pretty pleased with it. In the hands, it feels great. It's slightly on the heavy side, but it's got some power and some grunt, and it bucks like there's nobody's business, and I like it. It's just the starting is becoming really a problem for me, which, okay, maybe $500 more might have been my answer. I don't know. How's the air filter? Yeah, it's looking pretty good. I check it all the time usually before any use. I blow it out, compressed air. This, when I initially saw this, that was a little bit of a concern for me, that you got a little bit of fuel oil mix sucking in a little bit, but it doesn't seem to be going into the carburetor. See, it's sort of getting stuck right there around the rim. I watched a good video the other day. A guy on YouTube he goes by the handle Tin Man Saws, I think it is. Tin Man. I'm subscribed to him. He did. Let's see if it starts, guys. Let's try to start this thing up right now. Let me put you back up here. I haven't started it since yesterday. Get this situated. There. Oh. It's on. No earplugs nearby, but we'll just see if we can start it. Okay, we will listen for the pop. Choke out. And let's go. Decompression. Okay, there's a pop. Choke in. Let's see. Is that possible? Is it? Could it have been a few ignition coil? He wouldn't tell me. There's no way he would have. I don't know. I shouldn't say that. He was this older dude, and I really liked him. The mechanic at the shop. Yeah. But on the other hand, I don't know. I I'd like to think it's more than just the fuel, but I don't know. How's that air while they're looking in that hard to start solid? It's fine. I'd say tune it to your local gas if you're using that gas most time. Yeah, I need to find. I'm gonna go to only stations that I know are frequented by a lot of cars. That's what I'm gonna do, because then the turnover is gonna be assured, and I'll get mostly fresh gas. So even my little rural gas station where they are touting the fact that they have ethanol free 89, I don't think it was it. They don't get the cars coming through there to turn it over, so I'm doubtful that it was actually fresh gas, and I think that makes a difference. Now the mechanic did tell me that these saws, all the newer saws and the ones that are like either pro or in between pro, they have tighter tolerances, and the emission systems are also a bit of a problem too nowadays. And I don't really know what that means. It kind of makes sense to me, but yeah, I don't know. I just want my saw to start when I pull the cord, It has to start within a half a dozen. If it gets more than that, then it gets to be frustrating and unproductive. So that's what I had for this morning, folks, and thanks for tuning in. I got a couple of things I'm going to do that will take me away from the shop here, and so I will say goodbye for now. Come back again, like, subscribe, and I appreciate everybody. Peace out.